Meditation, I'm hoping is really going to help. But yeah, I'm gonna get everything set up so you guys can join me. Just so you guys know, I am gonna be using a meditation app. It is called 10% Happier. Good morning, guys. It is day one of me doing meditation. Now, I've done meditation on and off for a couple of years, but I'm really trying to, I'm honestly just wanting to try something and stick with it because I deal with a lot of mental health issues in regards to like depression and anxiety. I find that it's caused a lot of, I don't want to say damage or destruction, but it's caused a lot of issues with my nervous system, and I can feel the overall effects on my body now. And I don't know, I just really want to be able to have better control over that, or a better way of dealing and coping with that than how I'm dealing with it now, because as of now, I don't have a lot of ways to release that. It's either avoidance or I hold everything in my body. Even now, as an example, I've had headaches the last on and off couple of days because I hold a lot of stress and tension in my shoulders, and so that ends up making my shoulders hurt, which then makes my neck hurt, and then I can start to feel the pain in the back of my head. Or like I'll get a lot of tension headaches right in the front of my head because I'm just holding in so much stress, or it can even really mess with my stomach. I've had a lot of issues with that as well, in terms of now having really bad acid reflux and amongst other things as well. So I just really want to be able to stick with this. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna start off by doing this for the next 5 days and see where it goes. We're gonna recap everything after the 5 days, but I'm sure I've already explained this in the previous clips. So I'm gonna stop talking now and get into meditating. It's still kind of early. It's like 7:52, so not crazy, but I'm still kind of trying to wake up. I've worked a lot this weekend and I'm exhausted, so this meditation I'm hoping is really going to help. But yeah, I'm gonna get everything set up so you guys can join me, just so that you guys know I am gonna be using a meditation app. It is called 10% Happier, but you don't have to use a meditation app. This one, you do have to pay for. But you don't have to use that. I know there's a lot of really good ones on YouTube that are free. There may be some apps that are free as well, so definitely check that out. But maybe we can go ahead and meditate together. So I'm gonna get everything set up, like I said, sit down on the couch and start the meditation. I'm gonna start off slow and kind of try to build my way up. So we're gonna probably try to do about 5 minutes today, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, all right, let's do it. All right, so before we begin, I thought I'd show you the 10% Happier app. This is not sponsored at all, but I just thought I'd share because I do find this app to be quite helpful. I'm going through and actually looking for meditation that I'm going to do today, which is under the Great for Beginners. So here we go. Let's get into the meditation. minutes. So that was, I don't even know how to explain what I feel right now. It's almost like I just woke up from a nap, but it feels like really good. So I feel like if I continue doing this, this is going to be something that is going to be a staple in my life as a good, healthy habit to really just help kind of combat how I deal and manage with my stress levels and anxiety. So that was day one. That's only day one of me doing meditation, which is wild. But yeah, so I will check in with you guys on day number two, which is tomorrow. Again, I'm using the 10% Happier app for my meditations just because I do feel like I'm able to meditate better with it being guided versus me doing it on my own, because it gives my brain something to, I guess, focus on or help me bring my focus back to what I'm meant to be doing. So that's what I'm using. But like I said, feel free to use whatever you want. But I hope that you guys as well, if you have been thinking about doing meditation, try and pick it up and just do it for a few minutes at a time. I think it's important to kind of slowly build your way up than to just try to sit there and do it for 20 minutes straight. But yeah, I do like the 10% Happier app though, and it does give me, so I went with the beginners, like the meditations that are great for beginners. I went with that one, and all of those meditations can go from anywhere between 5 to 15 minutes. So I like the idea that it gives you, or I like the ability that it gives you to control how long you're able to kind of sit there and do that meditation for. So anyways, like I said, I will check in with you guys on day number two for our next round of meditation. Okay, so today is day two of meditating. I actually decided to switch things up today and meditate this evening versus like what I did yesterday, which was meditate in the morning. Um, and honestly, really and truly, the reason behind that is just because for whatever reason, my body didn't want to let me sleep last night. And I woke up at like 2 in the morning and stayed up finishing a book. So I was really tired today. So I figured I would take the day to finish up. I had to finish a video edit and as well as just give myself time to just rest and try to recover a little bit from a very busy weekend at work. So now, before the evening is out, I'm going to go ahead and do my meditation. I'm still going to stick with 5 minutes today. I'm going to kind of gauge how I feel day by day and see if I want to um do it a little bit longer. But yeah, today we'll just do 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and put my AirPods in and pull up the meditation. Let's unplug the phone real quick. All right. Also, how's your day going? Let me know in the comments down below. If you've also started meditating, let me know that as well. What benefits have you noticed from meditating, and why? If you have, why did you start meditating? Like, what made you decide to do it? So, all right, let's do it. Okay, I have just finished wrapping up that 5 minute session. What I am finding after doing it for 2 days, um, I am starting to notice a lot more of the sensation of breathing. So what I mean by that is like I feel like my body is more so focusing on what it feels like when I breathe. Like I can feel my chest rising and falling, which is really interesting because when I think about breathing, this is something that we do on a day-to-day basis without really thinking about it. We're not conscious of it, right? Because it's just a natural thing. It's a natural instinct. And when I do something like this or yoga, because it's more so about focusing on your breath and just getting back to center, I start to realize what it feels like to actually breathe, which is kind of a nice thing to, I guess, you know, bring myself back to. It's really just bringing myself back to basics. And I guess that's the whole point, honestly. But this was a pretty good session today. I think we'll see how I feel tomorrow, but if I am up for it, I kind of want to do a 10-minute session tomorrow because what I am finding with this, again, I'm using the 10% Happier app, um, and I'm using the beginners collection. So it's just titled Great for Beginners. And there are how many? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven different like featured meditations, but there's like a whole collection just overall. But what I do like about it is no matter which one you select, it gives you different time frames that you can go for. So it'll say anywhere between 5 to 15 minutes. There are some that are just like a few minutes, like 5 minutes or 6 minutes. There's even one here that's like 5 to 60 minutes. I do not know if I'll ever reach that point of doing it for like an hour straight, but I would love to get to that point. That sounds actually amazing. Um, but yeah, so I like the idea that I'm able to kind of configure how long I want to do the meditation for, no matter which meditation it is that I select. And all the meditations that's in this collection are um, voiced over by a variety of different people. So you get a nice variety of people to choose from. And then over time, I would imagine you're going to find people that you find bring you more comfort or it's easier to kind of fall into the meditation listening to them. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. But overall, I do like this app. I've been using it for a little while, but I never really stick with meditation. But we're trying to build that habit, right? So one other thing I did want to say about the meditations here and the reason why I think I want to try a 10-minute meditation next time is I've noticed the first few seconds or like the first minute is them just kind of talking and getting you settled in. So even though it's a 5-minute meditation, I feel like I'm only getting about 4 minutes worth of that meditation. So I kind of want to push it a little bit and see how far I can go. I also realize that it is hard sometimes for me to keep my eyes closed. 5 minutes, I think I can handle, um, but anything past that, I'm not sure. So I found that being able to just kind of lower your gaze, not really focusing on anything, maybe just kind of looking down on the ground or something like that, also is another way to kind of sit there and meditate without having to have my eyes closed. So maybe I'll give that a try tomorrow if I can't keep my eyes closed for 10 minutes. But yeah, that is it. That we'll pick this back up tomorrow with our next meditation and we'll keep checking in and seeing how things are going up until day number 5. And this is just a little experiment I'm doing by just kind of venturing out and just seeing if I can stick with it for 5 days in a row. And then coming back and kind of talking about the benefits that I feel like I've gotten from those 5 days and what I plan to do. So, anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow for our next meditation. Until then, have a good one. Good night, good day, wherever you are. Bye. Good morning. I am feeling so tired right now. I've been up for a little bit, but it's like almost 8:30. Anyways, we are back to doing our meditation this morning. So I figured before I do that, I'd pop in and say hi to you guys. I also need to eat breakfast. So I'm trying to figure out, do I want to eat breakfast first or meditate? I think we'll probably do breakfast. For today, I think I'm just going to do half a bagel with some cream cheese and then probably do like a smoothie as well. And we'll call it a day with that. But yeah, we're going to meditate. I wanted to do 10 minutes today. I'm just not quite sure, but I think we're going to give it a try. We're going to see how we do with it. This will be a good test. And yeah. So, let's go make some breakfast and then we'll come back and we'll meditate. So I've already eaten a good bit of my breakfast, as you can see, but I figured just in case you're wondering what is on my eggs, I'm not a huge fan of eggs, but I found that I do enjoy a hard-boiled egg, and I put just a pinch of salt as well as some balsamic glaze, and it's just delightful. I love it. So that is what's on my eggs, balsamic glaze. And then I've just got my bagel here. So eating that, drinking my smoothie, also editing a short here, and yeah. Okay, so I finished, did 10 minutes, and it was actually really good. I feel like when I opened my eyes, I was like trying to like reacclimate myself to my surroundings. Um, because oddly enough, I've noticed even from just doing the 5 minutes, when I have my eyes closed, I feel like I'm almost kind of being taken out of, not out of my body, but I guess out of my surroundings, because I'm not focused on it, right? So every time I open my eyes, I'm kind of like, oh, okay, have to readjust. Remember that there's things around me, lights, noise, all sorts of stuff. Um, but the 10-minute one, I think, took me out a lot more because I was disconnected from what was happening around me for a lot longer period of time. I will say though, doing the 10-minute was really good. I really enjoyed it. I think tomorrow I'm going to try to do 10 minutes again, and then Friday we're going to attempt to do 15. That's the plan so far. We'll see. But I will say with the 10-minute meditation, I definitely found myself fidgeting, which is something that I do all the time anyways. Um but I tried to keep my fidgeting to a minimum. Definitely when I do the 5 minutes, I can tell that I fidget. Um, so with this one, I was trying to be more aware of that. And for the first few minutes, I felt like I was doing okay. I would get into a position that felt comfortable, but then I'd need to kind of readjust. Actually, put my heating pad on my shoulders because I don't know what it is. I think because I hold my stress in my body a lot. And the places I tend to hold it the most are my shoulders, and then um, sometimes in my stomach or my chest. So with that, for whatever reason this morning, I woke up and my shoulders were so tense, more specifically my left shoulder, and to the point where, like, if you even just kind of touched it, it hurt. So I figured while I'm here meditating and just trying to relax my body, I'm going to put on this heating pad, which was nice because it also kept me warm and cozy. It looks like a little cape. Looks like a little cape. I forget what this brand is called. Does it say on the little remote? comfy temp. I don't know. I found it on there's like a, what do you call them? Some kind of like, I was long story short. Oh my gosh. Okay, long story short, I was looking at a video on YouTube one day because of my shoulder and neck pain that I get, and the person that I was watching that was giving like some different exercises and stretches to do recommended this by this brand. So they have a couple of different ones, but I got this one first because I like the fact that I can clip it. And you can really use it on any part of your body, but for my neck and shoulders, it's nice that I have something that's clipped and it has like this little piece here that goes around your neck as well. So yeah. Anyways, so I figured I would put that on and that was nice. But I just noticed, like, as I was getting like more into the meditation, I think once I hit about that 5 6 minute mark, that's when I started to notice, like, okay, I'm now at the point where I'm like, how much longer is it? But I kept just trying to get myself to circle back and, let those thoughts come in, accept it for what it is, let it go just as quickly to continue on with the meditation. So it felt good. I definitely felt like it helped me in some capacity today, especially doing the 10-minute one. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Anyways, stay tuned. We've got 2 more days to go. I will check in with you guys tomorrow for day number 4 of this little meditation journey that I'm on. And let's see if we can do another 10-minute and see if maybe we can cut out the fidgeting. I am happy and proud of myself for keeping my eyes closed for the full 10 minutes. I wasn't sure if I would be able to do that, but I was. So we can accomplish things. If this is showing me anything, I can accomplish things, and so can you. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, take care. Bye. Okay, so I just finished doing another 10-minute meditation, and I tried a lot harder today to just be more present and not be so fidgety. Although I could tell, again, I think when I start to get to that like 5 6 minute mark, that's when my brain starts to kind of waver, and it's a lot harder for me to just stay um in that mindset and kind of keep myself still. So I could tell I started to fidget a little bit, but I do feel like it was a little bit better than previous days. So we'll take the wins, whether they're small or big. The whole point of this is not to become perfect at it, it's more so just to see if I can benefit at all from doing meditation. And so far, I feel like I have noticed a difference. I feel a lot more calm and at peace after I've done my meditation. So, definitely some good things thus far, but we've got one more day of meditation for this video. So, after tomorrow, we'll sit down and really talk about all of the things that I feel like I have experienced since meditating. I also don't know if I've mentioned this before, but this is not my first time meditating. Like, I've meditated before and I do yoga, which is another form of meditation, but I'm really just trying to document my journey so I can take a look back, as well as just kind of figure out what works for me and what doesn't. See if I can find a good sweet spot with how long I can meditate for that's actually effective for me. So this is just an overall learning experience for myself. and hopefully for you as well. So, anyways, stay tuned for tomorrow, the final day of me documenting this meditation journey. So, I will see you guys then. Bye bye. Good morning, guys. I am feeling a little bit rough today because I woke up and my throat was feeling really sore. So bear with me, but I don't need my throat to feel great in order to do meditation. And that's what we're doing. So today we are going to attempt to do a 15-minute meditation, which, guys, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit nervous about. I'm already trying to talk myself out of it and convince myself all the reasons why I can't do it. If you do that with any goal or anything that you have set in mind, you're already setting yourself up for failure. So I'm trying to nip that in the bud and have positive thoughts about it. Again, this is not something that's meant to be perfect. So we're just going to go ahead and give it our best shot and get through this meditation and come out of it hopefully feeling great. And then we'll talk about meditation for the last couple of days and how I feel it went and how it's worked for me. And yeah, so I'm going to stop talking so that I can try to savor what I have of my voice right now. And we will get into it. But I did take my hair out yesterday, which thank God, because that was really looking a mess. I hate when it starts to look like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but I just hate how it was looking. So I took it out. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to that meditation. Okay, let's talk about this, guys. I just finished meditating for today, but we're going to keep it real and keep it transparent. Did I do it for 15 minutes? No, I did not. And you would think that I did not do it for 15 minutes because it was 15 minutes and that was hard and I was already talking myself out of it. No, that wasn't why. At least I don't think that's why. I just really couldn't get into the meditation. Like, the person that was narrating the meditation just wasn't working for me. And I think that that is a very important and key part. If you're going to do a guided meditation, that you should be able to follow what the person is saying, for one, without it disrupting your flow, and for you to be able to focus on your breath. But I don't know, maybe it's also a matter of just feeling like you have some kind of connection, right? And it just wasn't happening. I got a good way through. Like, I definitely did about 11 minutes or so because I only had about 4 minutes left in the meditation. And yeah, I could have kept pushing through it and just sat there and gotten it done to say I did it. But I didn't want to do that and say, yeah, I completed 15 minutes, when in reality, I wouldn't have felt like I completed 15 minutes because I kept being snapped in and out of it. So just wanted to be honest and give you an accurate depiction of what happened. But yeah, so with that being said, my week of meditating is now complete. So we're going to wrap this video up with just discussing a little bit about the benefits of what I felt I got from meditating for these 5 days. So let's get into it. But before I do that, I think I'm going to get a hoodie because I am cold. Yeah, I could turn on the heat, but I think I'll just do a hoodie. All right, let's grab this one. It's not really a hoodie, it's just a sweatshirt, but that's fine. Okay, So let's get into this little talk about the benefits, right? So, are there any noticeable benefits that I have gotten from doing meditation for 5 days? The real answer is I don't know. I don't think that 5 days is enough time to really notice a whole lot of benefits. I think this is something that I have to continue to do for quite some time to really get a feel for how it's actually helping or benefiting me. But I will say, just when I do the meditation, I do feel a lot calmer when I snap out of the meditation or when I'm coming out of that meditation. I do have a sense of ease and calmness that kind of washes over my body, and it takes me a few minutes to kind of reacclimate myself and be present in the environment that I'm in, because it's like almost when you do meditate and you actually get yourself into that meditative state where you're no longer constantly concentrating on random thoughts that come in and out of your head, you almost kind of forget that you're meditating. It really just kind of feels like you're sleeping, um, or like in a really good daydream where you're just really relaxed and chilled out. And so I think from that, that is a really nice benefit. The fact that I'm even able to kind of notice those things does tell me that if I continue with this, it's going to be really beneficial in the end. So that is definitely a plus for me. I also just want to take the time to say that even though this isn't like a physical benefit or something that I've noticed, it's been really nice to do meditation every day, whether that's in the morning, the afternoon, or the evening. Just as an overall routine, I do think I want to try to narrow down what time of day is normally best for me. And that also doesn't mean that like I'm strict to that. Like I could meditate 2 times a day if I wanted to, once in the morning, once in the afternoon or the evening, whatever works. But I do want to have a set time of day that I do actively make sure I meditate. And whether that is for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is that I need at the time, I think it's going to be so beneficial and important that I continue this because, like I said, even just from doing it for 5 days, I've really noticed how much calmer it has made me feel, in the sense that I just can take that time for myself and really disconnect, because I think that's the biggest thing for me when it comes to my stress and anxiety is I get so overstimulated and so overwhelmed by so many different things, right? It can be my phone, it can be the TV, noises like around me, a lot of movement. It doesn't really matter. Just anything that really grabs my attention, and kind of can throw me off is always happening. It's always around me. So having that time period, like I said, whatever it may be, to really just come back and just focus on myself and the nature of breathing is just really, really going to be a beautiful thing. Now, I do also do yoga. So that is for me another form of meditation in itself. And that's, I think, how I tend to prefer to do it, because it, like I think I mentioned it before, but it has movement with it. So I feel like I am doing something versus just sitting, which is very hard for me to sit still. If you couldn't tell from watching me meditate, but I know that I don't want it to just be a matter of the only time I'm able or actually meditating is through yoga. I want to be able to just be able I want to be able to sit down with myself and my thoughts and be able to let go of those thoughts if and as they come in. So, overall, I would say the one thing that I have noticed and felt like meditation gave me and I benefited from was just being able to be present with myself in the moment of just being with my breath and kind of taking myself away from the outside noise. One thing that I do need to make sure that I do from this point forward, moving into any type of meditation I do, I need to make sure that I either turn off my phone, which if I'm doing a guided meditation, I won't do because I need my phone, or put my phone on a focus mode because the vibrations and the pings and things like that, because I'm not used to trying to ignore those things, it is also distracting as well. I've had a couple of times when I was doing the meditation throughout the week where I would get notifications and it would snap me out a little bit, but I'd have to kind of reroute myself and tell myself to ignore it. It's not important right now. So I need to make sure that I put it in a focus mode so that I'm not getting distracted by that, which I don't know. I didn't think about it to begin with because there's literally a focus mode for meditation, I believe. So, anyways, that is going to conclude the video. If you guys would be interested in a part two, or just really and truly me coming back and in a few months or weeks or whatever and kind of talking about how meditation is going for me, we can do this periodically. But yeah, that is all that I have for today's video. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See you.